Hello, Chris Godinez, licensed professional counselor, also the host of We Need to Talk on every Sunday at noon. This video is for educational and informational purposes only. If you feel you need a therapist, wait a minute, no. All the views and opinions stated herein are mine and mine alone. They do not represent the ACA, the APA, or any other therapist for that matter. Boom, shakalaka done. I am happy to be sponsored by BetterHelp, BETTER help.com/Chris Godinez. They are an online counseling service, so if you are living in another country, like the UK, where it's a ridiculous waiting line, you just get on to betterhelp.com/Chris Godinez and you type in some answers to some questions. They will set you up with a therapist here in the States, and they can get you rocking and rolling almost immediately. So that's pretty darn cool. Of course, there's a time difference, so they'll have to work that out. Also, if you're in a rural area of the United States, betterhelp.com/Chris Godinez is a great way to go, because if you don't want to see the therapist that's in your town, you live far away from a bigger city with more therapists, you can get online, you can see them in your car, on your phone. This is the great thing. So you can go somewhere away if you need to go away and have privacy and get on and see the therapist. So betterhelp.com/Chris Godinez. There we go, and I'll put it down in the description so you know how to get there. Okay, so today's questions are, if I learn that someone is bad-mouthing my friend and I tell them, is that triangulation? Okay. Okay, so if you are hearing the bad-mouthing firsthand, then no, that is not triangulation. That is like, I heard them say it. If, however, it's a game of telephone and somebody is like, well, so-and-so said such and such about so-and-so, that is triangulation, because it's not first-hand knowledge. That's second-hand knowledge. And yeah, so if you're hearing it, then yes, you are fine to go tell your friend and say, hey, I heard that this person, because they said it in front of me, and I heard it. That's one thing. But if somebody else is going, hey, so-and-so is saying such and such about this person, that's triangulation. So don't play that game. Talking about traits, my sister is copycatting me. Is that malignant or covert? She matches both from my childhood. My sister destroyed me, tried to steal my identity, and make me feel bad. I don't know without them in front of me, so I can't tell you what's going on. What I can tell you is that abusers tend not to have their own personality. They don't. And so they try on other people's personality. And it can sometimes get into the creepy, single white female kind of thing. I don't know if you guys remember that movie or not, but it's about a roommate that moves in and then starts slowly taking over, becoming the original roommate, like cutting their hair the same way, wearing the same clothes, listening to the same music, that kind of thing. I mean, mimicry can be flattery, or it can be really psychotic. So, it depends on what the agenda is of the person. If the person is cruel and mean and, is putting you down all the time, but then they're suddenly trying to become you, Houston, there's a problem. So just be aware of that. And, yeah, so there's that. Okay, let's see. What does this one say? All right, I'm single and I'm in therapy. Good for you. I talk to the mirror. In fact, I talk to the whole house, my cats included. I'm very much okay being alone with myself and my cats. Does that mean I'm healing? Well, it can. Yeah, absolutely. Because, and again, it's also walking that line of, we need to be alone to heal. We need to get our self-esteem totally solid. But then at some point, we also need to re-engage, and make friends, possibly date, if we so choose, or not, if we so choose not to. So yeah, I do think that being able to spend time by yourself, looking in the mirror, doing the mirror work, being able to do that, that's a sign that you're getting better, but you also don't want to isolate. So that's the distinction. It's like, no, you don't want to run out and grab a date as soon as you leave one relationship, but you want to work on yourself, stay single long enough so you know who the heck you are, and then you go out and re-engage. So yeah, absolutely. So yeah, it could be a sign that you're healing, and that's really cool. So good job. Okay. How do I get over the guilt of playing? I feel like I'm being irresponsible having any kind of fun and that I shouldn't be doing it. Okay, so what you want to do is you probably want to work CPTSD from Surviving to Thriving by Pete Walker with an eye towards the guilt messages you got about having fun, about, doing something that's, fun. So, and this is what abusers do. They point the finger, like I said earlier on the broadcast. They point the finger and they go, "Oh, you're a child. Oh, you're this. You're childish. How dare you have fun?" Well, it's because they can't feel. They don't feel. They don't have joie de vivre. They don't. They don't have that sense of joy. They don't have that sense of, "Oh my gosh, this is great." So when they see their own child having fun, they're going to make them wrong for it. And they're going to put them down. And they're going to say, "Don't you dare, don't you dare, don't you dare." So it would be a really good idea to work the Inner Child Workbook by Catherine Taylor with an eye towards that. Also CPTSD from Surviving to Thriving by Pete Walker with an eye towards what you were told about having fun. And I would suggest writing and burning letters to them. So, "Dear whoever gave you this guilt," or "Dear guilt, bleep the bleepity bleep bleep out of bleeping bleep you. I'm not playing. I'm not doing this. I'm not, I refuse to feel guilty." Because remember, anybody that tries to make you feel fearful, obligated, or guilty, fog. So it's a control thing. Making us not have fun is a control thing. It is. So it's really a good idea to call it for what it is. Put it back on the other. Hey, if you don't want to have fun, that's on you. I get to go have fun. I get to have fun. And then do mirror work about that. You know what? It's okay for me to rest, to relax, to have fun. So really start reprogramming your brain with that. Do you think that living in limbo land in my own mind will help me when living in the middle of a family who have narcissistic traits? The best thing you can do is get out. Seriously, that would be the best. If you have to stay with a family, because of COVID, because of economy, because of whatever's going on, and you have to stay in a situation where the family is less than functional. And I'm going to talk more about this next week with Gray Rock. So you don't want to check out. That's probably the worst thing you can do, because when you check out, it's like, it's part of PTSD, right? It's like lights are on, engines running, nobody's home. So you don't want to really do that. What you want to do is you want to not engage. You want to not get engaged by them. You don't want to give them what they're looking for. So they're looking to poke the bear, get you to respond, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And you want to practice Gray Rock. So Gray Rock is not having any emotional response whatsoever, but being completely aware of what is going on so that you're not on automatic, checked out, lights are on, engines running, nobody's home. Do you see where I'm going with that? You don't want to do that. You don't want to dissociate. You want to stay conscious, but you don't want to engage. So that is what you really want to do. The best thing to do, though, would be to get as far away from these people as quickly as possible. That would be the best thing. So there is that. And I'm going to talk more about that next week. I want to talk about doing Gray Rock, how to do it, how to stay conscious in the face of dysfunction and all of that sort of good stuff. And then going no contact and why that's really vital for making a declaration of independence and becoming, into your own, and not allowing the abuser to continue to control you. So we're going to talk about that. So I hope that answered that question. Okay, sleep deprivation. Why? Why do they do sleep deprivation? Why do they walk in and bang cabinets and wake me up in the middle of the night and start an argument? So sleep deprivation is a tool that abusers use, and this is also done on POWs, to make the prisoner of war or to make the target of abuse more malleable, so that they're not on their top game, that they're not able to have a good comeback, that they're not able to think quickly. So sleep deprivation, again, is power and control issues. So abusers will walk in, they know you're asleep, they know you're trying to sleep, and instead of what a normal person would do is tiptoe and be quiet and let the person sleep, they come in, they slam drawers, they slam closet doors, oh, did I wake you? When they know damn well they did. And sometimes once they see you're awake, then they start the argument until the wee hours of the morning. And it's a power and control thing for them, and it's a way to make themselves feel more powerful, and it's also a way to make you exhausted so that you'll just give up, so that you'll just be like, sure, fine, whatever, just stop yelling at me, you know, that kind of thing. So that's why they do sleep deprivation. It's a manipulation. It's a control tactic. And it's what's done on POWs. They would, you know, come in and wake them up in the middle of the night, make them march, do whatever, you know, and constantly on tenterhooks, constantly on eggshells. What's next? What's next? What's next? Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. So yeah, it's a way to keep you malleable. It's a way to control you. It's a way to make you fearful. And that's why they do it. All right, kids, this is a real quick one. Okay, so great. So this coming Sunday, we are going to discuss gray rocking, how to do it, how to stay present and still not engage when in the face of dysfunction, and or no contact, why that is so important. And no contact does not mean, oh, I'm just going to not talk to them for, you know, a few days or a few weeks. It's like, no, you're done. You're done. Like, stick a fork in it, you're done. So we're going to talk about that and why that's important. Okay, kids, I want to thank my sponsor, BetterHelp, BETTER, help with a P, betterhelp.com/Chris Godinez. They are awesome at getting people into online counseling, especially if you're in another country and you want to get into an American counselor. That is your best route to go. Okay, kids, have a great week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.